Pause. My eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal shaded lids, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear, clear, gritty from ear to ear. Craving that radiant grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, in paradise. We know our purpose. In paradise, in paradise. We know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition, our 300th live stream for the Unpopular Hour. And I want to thank for those people who have supported and been there for me. I appreciate those guys being there for us, and feel very blessed that it is our 300th show. Sorry it took so long, but my storage is like I've run out of I've run out of storage, and considering all the graphics and everything that we have, there's no. Of course we have. So I've got to figure that out. Like I said, there's some things I need to do with collaborative logic. Just taking the time to go over there to drop my computer off so they can do their magic. They are fantastic. But anyway, I want to thank them and our sponsors for being there for me to support for our 300th show. So, the ones that started in the very beginning. So I want to thank those, Collaborative Logic, SRB, YNB, Jose Fierro, and Oak Grove Trucking, and NAFCO. So I appreciate those guys for getting us up and going. But anyway, 300th episode, pretty excited about that. Because not everybody stays on that long, and it's just not as easy as one would think to do a daily show 5 days a week. So, especially when I'm the one that's doing everything, and I don't have all the people, the producers and all that. I'm my own producer. I do all my own graphics. I do all my own stuff, and so that's kind of hard. But then, of course, I have Drew Hinthorn of Husker Drew, Herbie Husker, however you want to call him. Anyway, sending me his picks, which have been very, very good for those who have been following him and following the show and being able to use those picks. I want to say that you guys have been very fruitful from that. So that being said, it was a full weekend. We had the U.S. Open. We had the first full week of football, NFL football, second week of college football, second week of Big 12. So you can really gauge where people are and who's doing what and how good teams are. So you can kind of get a good gauge of that. So I want to start off by congratulating Coco Golf. In fact, my girl Kelly Roots called me this morning and it's like, oh, I know you're going to talk about Coco. I was like, yeah, we're going to lead the show off talking about Coco and what an amazing job she did against Sabalenka. And the thing is this, I'll put a D in there. Sabalenka's not duck. Anyway, Coco Golf winning 2-6, 6-3, 6-2. And in that first set, she you could tell she was nervous. She's a teenager. Of course she was nervous. Biggest stage of her life, trying to win a major. And the U.S. Open, our country's major, on top of that. So you could tell she was nervous. But the thing that I liked about it is that she was getting every point. She was, it seemed like, oh, that's a winner. No, it's not. Oh, that's a winner. No, it's not. And to me, what that did is that made Sabalenka try to hit better shots because she goes, if I want to get a winner, I'm gonna have to hit perfect shots. And I think what that did is that made her do for unforced errors, or maybe not aiming the ball more, or trying to just do just a little bit more than what she could or needed to do, because Coco Gauff had set the standard from the very beginning. So anyway, but of course after losing the first set, she wins 12 of the next 17 sets and just really dominated pretty much after that. I mean, she hunted down everything. There were some mistakes, but her serve was fantastic. Anyway, congratulations to her for winning that. The what is she? The fourth teenager to win. Tracy Austin, her, and I forget who the other ones were right off the top of my head. But congratulations to Coco Gauff and doing what I think Serena Williams was the other one. But anyway, congratulations to her, young lady. Appreciate you. Loved what you're doing. Keep your head in the game. Do not let outside distractions keep you from being and going where you possibly can go in the future. And then, of course, Medvedev and Djokovic. People hate Djokovic. I was talking to Kelly, and she's a huge, huge tennis player and pickleball player. And she hates Djokovic. And I was like, yeah, well, you cannot like him. But I mean, I liked him, and I especially really liked him after he won 6-3, 7-5, and, of course, in the tiebreaker, he won 7-5 in the tiebreaker, 6-2. How's that a tiebreaker? It was 7-5. Anyway, he won 7-5 and then 6-3. But the thing that I loved about what he did is at the end, after he won, he had a Mamba Forever shirt on, honoring Kobe Bryant. And it talked about how close he and Kobe were and how much he missed him and how he was going through some problems. He was hurt, he was this, and he was calling Kobe, and Kobe was encouraging him. And like you said, the difference is Kobe more than just a player, was always more than just a player as far as his things that he did off the court for people, for especially for women's basketball. Especially because his daughter, her goal, her dream was to be a WNBA player. So to me, what that basically said, or what he was doing there to me, which endured me to him, was the fact that he's honoring Kobe, but then on the other side, Coco Gauff wins, African American teenager, talking about the WNBA and how what Kobe was doing because he was more than just an athlete. So what that said to me was one specific thing, is that when sports, and I talk to my kids about this all the time, sports has to be what you do, not who you are. If sports is who you are, which a lot of times these kids, that's why they get in trouble. That's why when they're not in football or basketball or baseball anymore, they you end up being in trouble. Because sports for so long, they were validated from the time they were in junior high or elementary. Oh, you're the greatest, and they just let them get away with do whatever. They validate, and then after a sudden, when they can't use you anymore, they throw you away. And I tell my kids all day long, use sports as a conduit, because trust me, sports is using you. So use it back, but don't let it be all about you. Use it as a way to go get you an education. Use it as a way to open up doors for you. Use it as all kinds of ways to get your future there. Like I said about Chris Jones many times. Chris, you have to understand, you're going to be 35. You're young. That 35, you're young, and you're retired from NFL, and you're going to be living in Kansas City or somewhere else. And look what you've done to the Chiefs. Your opportunity to make money well into your 50s and 60s, because you helped the Chiefs win back-to-back championships. You helped them win their third, fourth Super Bowl. Those things are things that as you get older, and you look at Bobby Bell and those old Chiefs that were Chiefs, you see the guys who were retired as Chiefs. Those are the guys that are in Kansas City making money. Gonzalez is not. Neil Smith is not. Why? They left. They didn't stick with what was there because they went for the money. And then that's fine. But now Tony Gonzalez is a little different because you got a new coach and he didn't really want Tony. So it's a little bit of difference there. But that being said, Tony was chasing the records. Tony wasn't necessarily chasing money, but he was chasing the records, so he had to leave and go somewhere else. But now trying to come back to Kansas City to make money, yeah, they're not interested. And that's what happens when you get to middle America, is because they're all about what you did. They're all about who you are. They're all about what did you do for us. They're all about are you our hero? It's just like Barry Switzer, coach, the king as he's called. He's beloved in Oklahoma forever. He will always be beloved in Oklahoma. He will always, always, always be the king. Always. And that's what happens when you're in middle America. Those things allow you to have a sport or have a life that is sports oriented, but yet separate from it. So use sports only as a conduit, not as anything else. And if you can do that, it's going to make a huge impact for you when you're 40, 45, 50. I mean, who knows how much money Coach Switcher still makes? And you look at Bob Stoops. Bob Stoops goes off and does other things because he knows that he will always be second to Switzer, no matter what he does. So, that being said, joined by my guy Nathan Taylor of YNB. What's going on, big dog?
Sorry, man. Give me a second.
Okay. Well, I'll drink my my strawberry Fanta while you're doing that. I had to go to Handy Sack and get me some wings and pork chops for lunch, so I'm good. But anyway, those are the things that I talk about as far as sports is concerned. And like Djokovic, thank you for what you did for Kobe, recognizing him. And then you look at Steph Curry and the things that they're doing to try to help women's basketball, WNBA, Dwayne Wade, same thing. And you know when I'm a father of a son that did not have a daughter, so I'm not a girl dad. But for those guys who are girl dads who did not have sons, that they can appreciate what Kobe was doing and they can appreciate what Djokovic did. So that being said, in NFL, man, what a week! Wow, what a weekend it was for the NFL. I can tell you what, I was glued to the TV almost all day yesterday, watching games. I don't know if Nathan was. Are you there, Nathan?
Yeah, I'm here, bud. Sorry, man. My headphones were
Okay.
taking a minute.
But anyway, I don't know if you were attached to like I was to the screens yesterday, but I was all about watching some football yesterday. What about yourself?
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I was more Saturday than I was Sunday, but a little bit Sunday. I'm going to tell you what, man. Drew Henson, my God, did he have a lucky day yesterday. Jesus Christmas. That Dallas defense, man, my God.
He was sending stuff how he beat you. That defense was ridiculous, wasn't it? Or was it the
nobody's going to win.
Or was it the offense? Or was it the offense? Or New York Giants offense?
It was probably a little bit of both, to be honest with you. Dallas is probably not that good. I mean, they're good, but they're not that good.
Yeah, 40 points is a lot. But anyway, the Browns and the Bengals, speaking of the Browns defense, I mean, Joe Burrow, who was my quarterback in our fantasy deal.
Bad, wasn't it?
Dude,
Wasn't
but you know what? That's from him being hurt. And remember,
Yeah.
Bengals started 0-2 last year. Remember, the same thing happened against the Cowboys the first game, remember? Cowboys defense lit him up. So I think they'll be fine. But the Browns, 24-3, it was just God dang. But
Yeah, it was bad.
once again, it was the weather. It was the
You see
weather.
my boy T. Higgins didn't even catch a pass.
Yeah, I saw the dude. He was throwing it in the dirt. Joe Burrow has little hands, which doesn't really mean a lot. But if it's wet and cold, if you don't have big enough hands to really grip the football, you're in trouble. If he doesn't use gloves, which he doesn't, so he can say whatever the hell he wants. What's up, B?
B.
High Stick Harry, Ben Dillman just joined the conversation. Speaking of perfect timing, Ben's Ravens.
Oof.
Oh, man.
They look good, but man, we're going to talk about NFL news in a minute. And boy, the reason why I did not pick them to be a playoff team is for this exact reason: injury after injury after injury.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're always constantly hurt.
It's just we'll go over that in a minute. But other than that, I liked what I saw out of Lamar.
He didn't have to do too much.
No, he didn't have to do too much, but at the same time, I liked what I saw from him. The passes, throws he was kind of making, I kind of like what I saw from him. But he still got a long way to go as a passer.
It'll take a while for that report to get there. Roquan Smith had a great game. He had 16 tackles and a sack for Baltimore. He's all
a beast,
over the place.
dude. He's a beast.
I didn't know that. Woo, that's
He's a beast.
Yeah. They got him for a bag of balls from Chicago last
Yeah, they
year.
did.
So, I mean, that's hell pick up there.
Yep. Then, of course, Baker Mayfield took care of the Vikings and Buccaneers. And he played terrible in the first half, finished strong. But the Buccaneers are terrible. The Vikings, like I said, the Vikings are not going to win 11 or 12 or however many one-score games that they won last year. Usually it's the next year it's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And they just lost.
What time was that game? Was that a noon game?
I think it was 11 o'clock game.
Yep.
Yeah,
or noon game. Excuse me, noon.
Guys, pretty good. It wasn't the prime time game.
Yeah, it was noon.
Yeah, no picks for Baker, which is kind of important. I mean, he needs to take care of the football if they're going to have any chances. And they still got Godwin and Mike Evans there. They're
Well,
good.
for now.
Mike Evans. Yeah, Mike Evans had a good day yesterday.
For now, they're gonna trade.
Jefferson had 9 catches, 159 yards.
Oh my God, dude! I know.
I don't think that Mike Evans is going to be there this whole year. I think he'll be gone by the trade.
I think he'll be gone. Either one of those two guys leaving.
Because
why would you want to sign a guy like that to a big contract?
Well,
like that?
Yes, and he's older, and they're done. Yeah, they're done. Panthers and the Falcons, man, I tell you what, my boy Bijan, dude, he's a monster. I like this Atlanta team as a sleeper. I've had them picked since right after the schedule came out, and I'm sticking with them. I like them.
I was a little skeptical, but I mean, it seems like it's going to work out.
And Ritter looks serviceable. I mean, I think he went like 15 of 18 or something like that. And Pitts had a couple snags. Bijan looked good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Atlanta's probably I'd say about 2 years ahead on a rebuild over Carolina. So I mean, it was kind of just a get right game, but
yep,
we'll see how it goes.
I agree. And they've got go ahead.
Jump back right quick. Sorry, just quick trivia question. You remember who Mike Evans' college quarterback was?
Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel.
Nice.
Yeah, Texas A&M. Cardinals and the Commanders. The Commanders squeaked by. They got them a win.
Dude, the Cardinals suck, man.
They didn't look as bad as I thought, or is it just the Commanders are going to squeak by? I think you got to get a different coach in there. I really do.
Terry McLaurin only had 1 catch for the Commanders. That can't happen.
I mean, we'll see. It's game 1. Bad weather. We'll see what happens.
I'm just glad that game didn't go into overtime.
No, it did not. Jaguars and the Colts. Pretty good game. I mean,
he
didn't look bad, but God,
he took some shots, man. He got taken out of the game at the end.
Yeah,
Old Minshew had to come in.
After he got hit that last time, they're like, okay, we're done. You're done.
I think Calvin Ridley looked like he was in another speed out there. He looked like he was in 5th gear. Everybody else was in 4th. He was just cruising.
I told Nathan about that when he said that. I told you, man, and that's going to be the combination. That's why I had it on my quarterback wide receiver combo. Remember when I did that and y'all were like, what are you doing? Why would you put him out? I said, I'm telling you.
Skeptical because he hadn't played in a while.
Speed kills.
I think he had 8 snags, a little over 100 yards and a touchdown.
He was nice. Niners.
To tell you how I did believe you, I have him. He was my first wide receiver I picked.
Of course he did. And I noticed you snatch your tight ends back up.
Oh my God, dude.
The Niners and the Steelers. Dude, the Niners defense, oh my God.
I know. Was it 35 fantasy points or some crap like that?
I don't care about all that nonsense. None of that matters. That's the fantasy thing is a y'all thing. I could give a shit about.
Yeah, but that's indicative of how they play, though.
I understand, but I just watched them. I was like, they're even more impressive than they were last year. And they were really impressive last year. And Brock Purdy, he's just a better version of Jimmy Garoppolo. That's what he is.
Yep.
But
but you know what? With a defense like that, though, that's all you need, man.
That's all you need. That's what I'm saying about Dallas. To me, this is what Dallas – because I don't know if you heard the comments that the defense is like, yeah, we know it's in our hands to win the game and stuff like that. They don't have the confidence in Dak. They just don't. And I believe that this year, to me, you go ahead and you say, screw it, Dak, you're done. We want somebody who is at least not going to turn the ball over. Because we can pay somebody $30 million a year if you're just dinking and dunking and not, throwing up, putting up, 4,000 yards. We don't need that. We're not paying somebody $56 million for that. So
football's the program. You got to take care of that.
I just think this is the last year for Dak, and I think this is the last year for Mike McCarthy too. I believe both of those guys. I don't think
Lincoln Riley.
Well, they said it was they said that they think it was going to be Deion Sanders, which I laughed. I was like, he's not going to go to the NFL. He has no desire. They go, yeah, they're going to bring in his son because they're going to be able to draft late.
How fun would that be, though?
I tell you what, Deion. The problem that won't happen is Deion is bigger than Jerry.
Yeah,
not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. But
how fun would that be to watch?
Oh, Deion.
That'd be unreal.
Now the defense they would love him. Offensively,
Hey,
that would be a different story.
Just popped in my head. I don't know why this popped in my head, but can you imagine if Belichick retired and Dion went to the Patriots?
Dion's not going to Patriots.
Oh,
He's not going to Patriots. Even though Robert, the owner loved him, that's not happening. The Titans and the Saints, what a good game that was. Your boy Derek Carr, third down. How do you throw a ball? You go for he throws a bomb. I'm like, really? Oh my God! Third and 6 or 7, whatever. And he threw for a touchdown, a bomb, and not a touchdown, but I mean, what a throw that was. But the reason why, that's what they were missing. Somebody could close out games for him, and he did a great job by that. Raiders
Titans beat themselves for sure. They had 3 picks, blocked punts. They looked terrible.
They did, but they still won the game when they needed to, which is what the Saints were looking for. Raiders and the Broncos.
Gosh.
Dude, you get the ball down 1 with 6 minutes to go and you 3 and out.
I mean, the best play that whole game was the opening kickoff with Sean Payton going for it and then getting that onside kick. That was the most entertaining thing in that whole game.
I was listening to something, was it Rex Ryan? And he said,
I love Rex Ryan.
And he said that what he told his team was, we didn't think we weren't going to be able to win, so we had to do trick plays. And I agree with him. You almost
that's Sean Payton's mentality. He likes that stuff.
Well, like Boise State, when they beat OU, they had to have trick plays. We're not going to beat you unless they did 3 or 4 trick plays, but they're not going to beat them without trick plays. And I think Sean, by doing that, there's 2 schools of thought. One, you can say, hey, he's going to we're going to do everything we can to win this game. Or B, we can't beat them unless we do something tricky. We can't just match up and punch them in the mouth.
Yeah, we're going to go off the cuff. Yeah, we got to do something different.
One of those 2 things. Eagles and the Patriots.
Hurts looked horrible.
Well, like we had talked about, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, new guys, what is that going to look like?
Yep, I think they would have lost without that pick from Slay that he returned for a touchdown. That was great. I mean, Zeke fumbled. He didn't look good.
Jalen Hurts fumble.
Yep.
I just think, it's going to take him a while to figure it out.
Mac Jones didn't look too bad. I was, I've been a big, not really in favor of him, and he didn't look too bad.
And the Pats were driving, too, at the end. They had the ball, they're at the 20-yard line. They're about to score there. Punch one in at the end.
Yeah, I agree. Good game. It was a good game. It was better. It's about what I thought it was going to be. Rams and Seahawks.
Ooh,
Gino's
out of
Pizza.
You're Gino, man. Come on now. What happened?
Dude, that offense looked so bad. It was they looked disengaged. I mean, Matt Stafford looked pretty good. He looked like Matt Stafford of old, slinging the ball almost 40 times, 330 yards. He looked good.
Yeah, the Seahawks.
Aaron Donald was pretty quiet.
Aaron Donald was a beast. He's won the game for him at the end, got the sack.
Yeah, he had the half sack, and he only had like 3 tackles other than that. So
yeah,
he was pretty quiet up until they were up there at the end.
Yeah, he was up to the end. I tell you what, I told you the Dolphins and the Chargers were one of the games I wanted to see.
That was fun.
That was a hell of a football game.
Tua looked good.
I have a question.
That was a good game.
I have a question for both of y'all. What the hell is Staley thinking trying to do man-to-man against Tyreek Hill?
Oh, yeah, he's an idiot.
What the hell? I mean, especially since you played against him when he was in Kansas City. But now I think that you didn't think that Tua would be able to get the ball to him the way Mahomes did, but come on, man.
He put the ball in some buckets.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Those passes at the end, that last final drive there, about a minute 20 left or whatever, Tyreek went off.
Right there.
Yeah, those balls were incredible.
But you know what? They couldn't get any pressure on him either.
Nope, he had all day.
I mean, how do you have Bosa and Khalil Mack and you can't get no pressure on him? You can't. I mean, that was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, Tua had 466 yards or something.
Yeah, it was stupid. Yeah, it was stupid.
Crazy.
Yeah, Packers. I'm still not sold on him, but whatever. Packers and the Bears. I tell you what, Jordan Love didn't look bad, but he's still.
No, he didn't.
And the Bears, you need an offensive coordinator. You got DJ Moore. You can't. What did you hit him on? A slant and an out or something, and that was it.
That was it.
And you didn't throw one long. I mean, they've got
Yeah,
it.
two catches yesterday.
Yeah, they've got to. That's they need a new offensive coordinator. But also, Justin Fields didn't look comfortable either. The Packers were in his face. They weren't
Yeah.
giving him a whole lot. He was doing a lot of check down throws. And then, of
I think
course,
the Packers got a good shot at taking that division after seeing a little bit of that. I know it's only 1 week, but I mean, their next 4 games, I think they play Atlanta, New Orleans, Detroit, and then the Raiders. I mean, those 4 games are all very winnable. So if they can put together a few good games and maybe even come out of this even 3-2, they got a good chance to win that division if they can just go 500 there.
yeah, I agree 100%. And in NFL news, Ben, here are the Ravens' injuries. Cornerback Marlon Humphrey's out. Tight end Mark Andrews out. Right, J.K. Dobbins, of course, gone with an Achilles, which I'm sure I don't know.
Too bad for him. That
I don't know if
sucks.
he'll be in contract negotiations. I think the Ravens, his money's done. He's not going to make money.
Yeah, our boy Justin Field was pretty good though.
Yeah, well, Justice Hill always looks good, but he hadn't scored a touchdown since 2019. Did y'all know that?
2019. Yep.
I said, wow, that's crazy. Offensive tackle Ronnie Stanley's questionable. Marcus safety, your safety Marcus Williams questionable. Your center Linda Maham questionable. Linebacker Malik Ham injury reserve. Keaton Mitchell injury reserve running back, and your cornerback Demarion Williams on injured reserve. Ben,
So bad.
I mean, that's 9 guys out at one game.
No, I think
9.
it's like 8 starters, and I think it was 8 starters.
8 starters. Look
one
at that.
backup. I don't know what you do here. That's a lot to get figured out in a couple weeks.
You know what I'm saying, Ben? I'm like, that's why I did not pick them, and I picked the Steelers for that one specific reason right there. I looked at that, and I'm just going, oh, my God, are you serious right now?
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but I mean, just like the Steelers always say, next man up, got to get back in there.
No, next man up, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're trying to get somebody for Dobbins, you could maybe look at a Kareem Hunt contract, maybe something like that might be in there. But all these positions that are just,
and you do have Justice Hill, you have him, so you do have that.
But you need a stable, you need a bunch of guys back there.
Hey, what's our guy's name? Isn't he there? No, he's T.J. Warren. He's at Pittsburgh. Never mind. He's a Pittsburgh. He's a Pittsburgh. Yeah, he's a Pittsburgh.
Man, he's nice.
Yeah, good player. Of course, we want to thank our people at Collaborative Logic for keeping us up and running for our 300th show. Can you believe that, guys? 300. Isn't that crazy?
Awesome.
300 show.
Awesome.
Yeah, I said, man, I was pretty excited about
That's
that.
a lot.
A lot of shows. Collaborative Logic, I want to thank those guys for allowing us to get to 300. SRB, if you had engineering, surveying, or planning, they are the people to talk to for that. Oak Grove Trucking and our guy Jose Fierro. If you have any dirt or rocks to be moved, he is the man. Greg and Max Nafee, thank them at Nafeco for taking care of me and sponsoring everything I do to try to help me be successful. I appreciate that. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank that makes things happen.
Yes, they are. They're an equal. Huh?
I was on it today.
Yeah, you were on it after I lit you up the other day. Equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC and a sponsor for us to go out and support Black, minority, and women-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. If you want to pre-qualify, you can do that online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into any of the locations. The main bank at 301M. 401M. I was my first job ever was working there. Did you know that, Nathan?
I did, yeah.
My first job ever.
Brady, right?
Yep. I was. In fact, I was in the. There's not that rooms. No, they're longer. Wait a minute. Yeah, those offices aren't there anymore.
Which one?
When you first walk in to the right, those are walled off. My office was right there. Randy's office. Randy had the window. I didn't have a window. Randy had the window. And then, those were offices right there. And then Kent's office was there. So they closed that off after you redid it. But anyway, Main Bank 401M downtown. YNB East 235 South Yukon Parkway, which is off the Parkway, which used to be Mustang Road, but you can't have a Mustang Road in Yukon, America. So Yukon
especially
Parkway
right on the same street as the Yukon High School.
and Yukon High School is on Mustang Road. That was funny. And then YNB Mustang location, 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks, and I-40 just south of I-40 off Garth Brooks, right there in front of Integris Hospital. And, of course, YNB Peoples, 6201 Northwest 23rd, which is the bank that I always go to and hang out at. And you go in and see my guy Dennis. Or do I need to say his name?
Yeah, no, it's okay, man. Just keep going.
Or Eddie.
Hey, speaking of, I got to throw this out.
Well, hold on,
I
I got to do Drew, and then of course DT Construction and Consulting. If you have any needs for roofing or just work inside or outside your house, Drew can hook you up with that at DT Construction and Consulting. You can call them at 405-209-4051. DT Construction 2015 at Outlook. They're respectful, local, and loyal. So, hey, hit those guys up, and they'd be more than happy to take care of you. All right, go ahead, Nathan.
So you said you lit me up. So speaking of lighting up, I want to go ahead and throw this out there. And I know you don't give a crap about it, but
I really
I
don't.
see that Ben's got you locked up already.
Yeah, Ben
And
beat me.
all I need is Stephon Diggs to have 25 catches, 250 yards, and 5 touchdowns, and I can beat Drew.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Ben, you want to go ahead and comment on that, do you? You want to comment on that? Hey, Ben,
good.
You want to comment on that?
I'm good.
You're good? Okay. Just check and see if you want to comment on that. I'm really just like, I don't know what to say.
There's a chance.
I don't really know what to say about that. I don't really know what to say, if there's anything to say about that. Now, in the NFL schedule this week, I mean, we've got some good games coming up. Well, actually, let's go ahead and do college. I think so. Don't you think? You guys think we should do college? Well, because the reason why I want to do that, I want to go ahead and do our breaking news. Michigan State coach Mel Tucker was accused of sexually harassing and raping somebody.
What an idiot.
And I saw that this morning, and I was like, what? What?
Yeah.
And
What
he
an
was,
idiot.
and I don't even know if we can say this on air, but he was ejaculating while talking to her.
Oh. What
Yeah.
an idiot.
I don't really know what to say. I mean, I really don't. I mean, I don't. But you know what, though? What I was telling someone this morning. If you're deviant, you're deviant. Doesn't matter what your position is, okay? Whether you're the president of the United States, you're a senator, you're a congressman, you are coach of a football team, owner of a team, doesn't matter. If you're a deviant, you're a deviant. That's all I can say to that, because to me, I don't know what else to say to that. Do you guys know what? I mean, I just don't. I'm at a loss for words. When I saw that, I was like, should I even talk about it? But of course, we need to talk about it because, you being in a position and you're coaching young men, and especially athletic men who.
And not only coaching them, you're building their, like their futures too. You're molding them to become better people, is what you hope.
And that's part of it, yeah. Because, I don't know if y'all know what Deion did. Deion told him that if you call somebody, you either call them by their name, Ms. blah, 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 or you call them ma'am. You don't call them baby, honey, cute. That's not how you address the women that work there you are respectful for all the women in the training staff, the office, whatever. The way you address them with respect. And so,
I agree.
But this right here, dude, I'm like these guys have a hard enough time not being a deviant because, like I told, from my own experience, it's hard when a woman says no. It's hard to distinguish between no and no. It's hard to distinguish between a woman saying no and saying no and she's taking her clothes off. And if you've been drinking, no, unless they push you away or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You have to be brought into your right mind, because no is not always no, because of some women who in their own mind, I guess, are trying to say no. It's not. I guess that's the way you look at it. But how does this guy, as a coach, teach them that no is no? How do you do that?
Here's my take on this, Matt. In today's world, I mean, of just cameras and, all the social media and all the stuff going on, if you even sniff the word no, get the hell out of there.
Yep.
Which is, I mean, the way it should be anyway without all the social media. But I'm just saying, like,
Oh yeah.
you don't even take a chance. Like if somebody, girl or a boy, doesn't really matter.
Right.
If
Either way.
anybody says no, just get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't even push it.
Don't. But I was saying, Nate, from before, when you're in that situation, it's hard and you're drinking, because I've been in that situation to where I didn't know.
There's an easy fix for that too, Matt.
What?
Easy fix for that. Don't drink and be in that situation, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, y'all are both
Yeah,
married.
well,
Y'all are
well,
both married. Y'all are both married. Y'all can do that, but she's in your strike zone.
And I'm gonna tell you what, man, it is nice not having to worry about that.
Yeah, well, you and Ben don't have to worry about that, because y'all both very lucky. Me, on the other hand, that's something that I'm learning. I'm in process. But anyway, no is no, and I agree with you, Ben. You just gotta. Nathan, you just gotta walk away, and I agree with that. No, especially in today's climate, it's so crazy how people are and how things can get blown out of proportion really, really, really easily. So now let's just move on to something that's less idiotic. I just can't. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what to call him. Huh?
Speaking of kind of on this same line, did you see Kevin Porter Jr. this morning?
No.
Kevin Porter Jr. got I don't know what's going to happen to him. He's arrested for beating up his girlfriend.
Ugh.
No.
We didn't move on to anything. But...
No, I did not see that.
He's an idiot. I mean, come on.
We did not move on, did we, Ben?
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. That was 1A, 1B.
1B, 1A, 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 A1, 1A. Yeah, I did not see
about
that.
an hour and a half ago. So
Yeah, no, I didn't see it. I was too busy trying to do all the graphics. Okay, let's try.
You were setting your lineup for next week, weren't you?
No. No, I'm not doing none of that. Big 12 scores. Iowa State, Iowa beat. And I think, didn't Drew get the under on that, Ben?
Yep,
He
sure
took
did.
the under,
I
didn't
think
he, right?
it's hit like the last, honestly, like 30. It hasn't gone over like 38 points in the last like 20 years or something.
Yeah.
Like there was a crazy stat on it.
Yep, and they were at 33. Pretty good game. And, of course, Iowa took care of business. And it was interesting that all the Republicans were there. All of them got booed and all of them got the finger. I was like, they didn't, at least it wasn't just one. It was every single one of them.
Ugh.
And that's just a sad state to, I guess, politics and how things are. SMU and OU 28-11. Dude, I
wasn't overly impressed, man.
That was underwhelming, yeah.
Like I said when we talked about this in the beginning, it's like we're going to find out what OU really is or isn't. Don't y'all agree?
I think we're going to find out that SMU is better than we think they are.
No, SMU does. I said SMU is good. No, I said SMU is good. That's what I was saying was you beat a team 73-0. Now you're going to get to see where you really are playing against SMU. I
don't know how the defense looks, though. I mean, I'm still questioning it. Because I guess it's just because we've had such bad defense for so long that I don't really remember what good defense looks like.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this. You signed two of the top defensive tackles in the country that are going to be coming there. So, you start there, and if you get the kid out of is he out of Bixby or where's he at, the defensive end? If you sign him too, you're getting 3 or 4 of the best defensive players in the country to start on your defensive line. That right there heals a lot of stuff if you're unblockable up front.
Yeah, just hope they don't turn into Jamarcus McFarland.
No, these guys can play. Anyway, Duquesne and West Virginia. West Virginia got back on the deal, 56-17. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what
that would have been embarrassing if they would have.
It's Duquesne.
That would have been bad.
Yeah, it's Duquesne.
Was That was close for a little bit, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it wasn't. I mean, it's one of those things where kids come in and they're expecting to play. You have a couple bad situations. You let them think they can play a little bit, and then you really got to put your foot on their neck and squeeze the brain out of the top of their head. That's what you got to do. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Cincinnati, man, I tell you what, great game. Wasn't Cincinnati favored -7.5? Wasn't? Do you remember what that was? I don't remember what it was.
I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't remember what it was. But anyway, great game right there. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati coming back and taking care of business and winning for the Big 12. So you can see where the Big 12 was, 3-1 thus far. Of course, UCF and Boise State, what a good game that was. I just can't look at that blue field, Ben.
Yeah,
I know you have some of that stuff at your house. I just can't look at that blue field.
It really kind of hurts your eyes.
Dude,
It does.
I'm sorry, that's just not football to me. I'm sorry. Houston,
The color of the field? Come on, man.
that's just not football.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
No,
over to the side.
that's like when you go in. It's like when you go into certain basketball arenas. Visually, that
Like
affects your.
Like the Oregon arena that they have going on.
Yes, it screws with your. It screws with your perception of depth and everything, or depth perception.
Yeah,
and it messes with you. So it's the same thing with their field. It's an advantage to them. Now they got beat, but back in the day, it was a great advantage to them when they were really good, because you come in there and they're used to it, and you're not. It takes you a while, and let's face it, they're punching you in the mouth. So, and then Houston and Rice, man, I tell you what, Rice, I guess they have a trophy that they do between the two, and they're not going to play for a while, so Rice gets to keep the trophy.
that's awesome. Good for them.
Yeah, it's Houston.
Houston. I mean,
Dude, you're down 20.
They would have pulled that one out.
Yeah, you're down 28-0, and you come back and you have to tie the score with, what was it, 15 seconds to go in the game or something like that when you tied the score. But once again, Rice may not be as bad, because even though, was that you, Nathan, that said that Texas showed them their intramural offense?
Yeah. No. I think that was Ben, actually.
Was that you, Ben, or was that Drew? Who said they showed them their
I
intramural
think it would have
offense?
been. That probably was Drew.
Showed them their intramural offense, not there. And that was clear when they went to Alabama. Clearly, they didn't show them anything. But Rice says that they're not as bad as we thought they were, because they gave Texas all they wanted, even though it was the intramural offense. They still gave Texas all they wanted, and they came back and they beat Houston.
Nelson Caesar on the D line for Houston. He's pretty good. I think he's got either 1 or 2 sacks in both games. He looks to be all right.
Yeah, he looks.
That's like one of their only bright sides. He's kind of shutting down the run for him a little bit here and there when they come up the middle. But I haven't seen too many other guys that stood out.
Yeah, but Ben, you can't spot him 28.
Nope, cannot.
Can't spot him 28. And then of course Texas and Alabama.
Ooh, man, Texas.
Man, Texas. Quentin Ewers has definitely raised his stock up, no doubt.
He's a dog.
And what we all believed, had he not got hurt, they would have beat Alabama last year. You have to say yes, that is facts.
I agree.
But then again,
but you know what?
He's on them too.
Way better. Looks way better this year than he did last year.
Well, he's lost weight. He got rid of that stupid mullet. That's probably
Stupid
helped.
mullet was weighing him down, man. Golly.
Yeah.
Well, you probably got a new girlfriend, and she goes, "Okay, if you want to be with me, you got to get rid of that."
It was some good lettuce.
I can't date you. I can't date you.
Dude,
But anyway,
players all over the field, though, man. Holy crap.
yeah, I mean, Texas has got athletes, man. They have always had athletes, but you got to coach them.
Yeah, now they got good athletes.
Now, but
Then moving over SEC.
They've
That's
changed.
going to be unfair.
They've changed some of their they've changed their coaching staff around, and that makes all the difference in the world. Football is the one sport where coaching matters, because you have so many different coaches. You got a linebackers coach, cornerback, defensive backs coach. You got a line coach. You got defense. I mean, you know what I'm saying. You got offensive line coach. You got wide receivers coach. You got running backs coach, quarterbacks coach. Football is the one sport where coaching does for sure.
Yeah,
matter.
and I think that's another thing that goes back to. I mean, not trying to jump back to, but the Michigan State thing. This guy's supposed to lead not only young adults, young men. He's also supposed to lead other
coaching staff.
men. And it's like you have another,
I agree 100%.
So that kind of bugs me more here.
I agree. And then Oregon and Texas Tech, 38-30.
Bo Nix.
I know he just doesn't. It's Texas Tech, bro.
I'm just saying.
It's Texas
You can
Tech.
only play the teams that are put in front of you.
It's Texas Tech, and you're a 12th year. You've been in college. How old is he now? 29,
He's
30,
not as bad as
29, 30. What has he been? Is he 30, 31? How is he? 35? How old is he?
He's
23.
23. He's only in his 5th year.
Anyways, let's move on. Nichols and TCU. Hey, Nathan, you're not changing my mind, bro. Okay, so let's just move on. No. Let's move on.
Oh my God, here you go again.
All right, go ahead.
Go ahead. 2022. Okay, 71% completion percentage, 3,600 yards, 29 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Pretty good year.
Not bad.
Okay. Is that it?
Well, I mean, I can go, but you just start talking again, so I'll just go.
Because that's not your normal changing the judge's decision. Okay, you didn't change. You didn't tell me nothing to change my mind. Zero.
Oh, hold on. 2021.
You said that number. I don't go by no numbers. Numbers don't mean nothing to me. It's eye test. I done told you that 1,000 times. I don't care what your numbers look like. It's what I see, what my eyes show me.
Your numbers
I told you, my eyes show me everything.
Hey, you know what? Andre Robertson had a pretty good looking shot, but he shot from 3.
Who? I can shoot better. I can shoot better left-handed than Andre Robertson could right-handed. Be quiet. No, just stop that. Stop that. We're not. Listen, we're not even talking about why. Hey Ben, why does he bring up basketball? We're in football. Are we in football, Ben?
Why are you bringing up old stuff?
Are we bringing up? I mean, are we in football or basketball? What are we at? We're talking about the Thunder. We ain't even got to the Thunder yet. And he's already bringing up the guys who ain't play for the Thunder no more.
Hey, Lindy Waters has a pretty good shot.
TCU 41-8 over Nichols. Okay. You're gonna get cut off, Nate. You keep all this stuff with that nonsense, Nathan. You get cut off.
Put me on hold, please.
Okay,
don't cut
okay, Randy. Okay, Commander Wright. You're gonna get cut off over here. TCU 41-8. Nice bounce back for them.
They play Houston next week.
Yeah, I know. That's. We were gonna talk about that here in a little bit. Then of course OSU over Arizona State. 3 quarterbacks.
What is Mike Gundy doing?
Ben, did you and I talk about that? Did you and I talk about that?
Yeah, we talked about, if you have 3 CEOs, it's going to be a little hard to make decisions.
Yeah.
You got to pick one. You got to have something.
It
drives me crazy.
I don't know.
I understand, maybe I could get it if it's like a, like where they had like Drew Brees and the Taysom Hill combo. I could see you maybe using 2, just for little things like that. But 3 is unreal, especially when you're only giving them, 15 snaps a piece? That's just super weird. I don't know. I don't like it.
I agree.
I can't get behind it.
I agree. And then, of course, tonight we do have a big football game. Do we not? Are y'all excited about the Bills and the Jets tonight? Over under 45.5. And let's see what our boy Drew. He's not on today. His wife. He's taking care of the wife's vehicle. See, once again, I don't know about none of that. I can take care of my own vehicle. I have to take care of something goes wrong. I do my own stuff. I don't have to worry about it. Oh, honey, something's wrong. But at least, I have a question for both of y'all. Do y'all put gas in your wife's car? Or does she put in herself?
No, she puts it in her.
Where are we talking here?
We're talking. No. If she comes home. Do you, and she doesn't have any gas, do you put gas in her car?
That depends.
Do you take her car and go put gas in it?
No.
Do you get up from watching whatever you're doing and go put gas in her car?
No, I won't get up and go out, do that, but I will definitely say that I do notice that there's, the gas station's a quarter mile away. I might go do it if I'm bored or something, or need a can of chew.
Would you, if she's at a gas station, would you stop what you're doing and go put gas in her car?
Oh, no, not go stop, but if I'm sitting in the car with her, I'll go get it.
Ben, you know who does that, right? I'm not going to say his name, but you know who does that for his wife.
I do now.
Yeah. No, not Drew. Not Drew. Yeah, Ben, he does that. No matter what she's going, he does not let her put her own gas in her car.
Give me a hint. I don't know who y'all.
You don't know him, so it doesn't matter.
I knew right away.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. His wife is like, "Oh yeah," I said, honey, don't you ever cheat or divorce that man, because no man is going to leave whatever the hell he's doing while you're at the gas station to come fill up your tank for you. That's not happening.
Good man.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make you a bad man, Ben, because you don't do it.
No, that's what I'm saying. I said he's a good man.
Yeah, I'm a good man, but I ain't doing that.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
if you need gas and you said you come home and I'm there, you're like, honey, I'm low. I didn't put gas in my car. Yeah, I'll go fill your tank up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if it's
But
snowing stuff,
but if
need
the
some help.
thunder, but if the thunder's on, I'm not going. If
Yeah,
OSU
if Bruins
basketball's
playing,
on,
sorry.
not
Talk to
going.
you later.
Okay,
Dude,
I'm just not
especially
going.
the Thunder, man.
Yeah, whatever, Ben. I mean, whatever, Nate. But anyway, I'm gonna go watch. Now after the game, I go do it. But while the game, I'm not stopping to go. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. Sorry. That maybe.
Okay, I would have to. If my wife would have asked me, because she had her snap collarbone, if she would have asked me during that, I definitely would. I mean, no, I
Yeah,
guess
but
she never
Ben,
have to ask,
that's
but
totally
I would
different.
go
She's
do that
hurt.
for sure.
She's hurt. This is just
You
he
know
just
that.
goes and does it. No
Oh,
matter
that little
what.
asterisk
Yeah,
in there to make me sound better.
yeah, I know that, but yeah, that's totally different. If your wife is hurt, whatever, yeah, you do it. Okay, our Husker Drew picks are he's taking the Dodgers tonight, money line minus 145. He's taking the Cubs and the Rockies over 2.5. Excuse me, 2.5. I'm looking at the Bills game. It's the Cubs and the Rockies over 11.5. Money line 105. And then he's taking the Rangers and the Blue Jays over 8.5. In Toronto, that seems like Rangers must be getting hot. And then, of course, he's taking the Bills tonight. Now, we had him at 2.5. Can you buy that down to 2? Is that what he did, Ben?
You can always buy down, usually up to anywhere like 2 to 3 points, and you can do like half point, 1.5, stuff like that. It just will change your odds a little bit. Like that's why that one's at minus 120 is because he bought the half point. Because it was at 2.5, it would have been at minus 110.
Yeah, so that's what he did, right?
So he just bought the half point. Yeah, so usually when you see those numbers, unless they're money line plays, if they're point plays, usually they're bought up or down depending on them, unless they're a pick 'em or something like
So
that.
now, if he bets 100, he only wins 120.
No, if he bets 120, he wins 100.
Oh, so you bet 120. Okay.
Yeah. So
That's what
60
buying
to
it up
150.
is. Okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah, 60 to 150,
Okay.
that kind of thing.
Okay. And then, of course, he's taking the over tonight. What do you guys think about him taking the over 45.5? Ben, what do you think?
I like it.
Nathan?
Yeah, I probably said the same. I like that. A lot of scoring probably tonight.
I'm just thinking both teams are going to have at least 3 touchdowns. I'm thinking both teams 3 touchdowns and a field goal, and you're right there.
At least.
You're right at 45.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, but
these teams.
But both of their defenses are really, really good.
Yeah. Well, I could see some picks coming. I know DeMar Hamlin's not playing tonight.
Well,
Good
they're
to see
doing
him still back out there and stuff. But
I think
know
they're
he's not
just
out there
holding. I
tonight.
think they're holding him out. They don't want that to be a story on the very
Yeah,
first.
they said
game.
it was a numbers game, and it's 9/11 in New York,
and all of that. Yeah,
I think they're trying not to take away some of that stuff too as well.
Yeah, which 9/11, I got behind today because I had to do some stuff, but I was going to do a moment of silence today because everybody pretty much remembers. I mean, I remember exactly where I was at. I was getting ready to go to work, and I was sitting there watching it on, my rest in peace dad, and we were sitting there watching it together with him 22 years ago. We were sitting there watching. I was sitting there watching it with him when I was taking care of him, and we were watching it. And I'm just like, wow. Unbelievable, dude. I mean, when that first, because, I'll never forget because when the first plane went, you could hear it. I mean, because, they were doing a live remote, remember? And you could hear the second one, because it went right over that lady's head.
Yeah, the second one
went right over the head. It went straight to it. And I was like, and you could just see it because it went zoom going right through and just went right into it. And I'm like, wow. Because the first one no one saw. We did not see. We only saw that second one.
Cameras out at that point.
Yeah, but that second one we saw. And I was like,
and that was still, 22 years ago, still before a lot of the camera phones and stuff like that, and before all this Twitter or X or whatever it is, and before all this crap. You had like MySpace and stuff like that, but it was not very we weren't in touch like we are now.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I was in 3rd grade and I was I actually went to school late that day, and the first one hit. My dad had it on the news, and I ended up just staying home all day with him. And I remember doing that, and we watched and talked about it and all that stuff.
What about you, Nathan?
That was my very first day of college. Haven't even gone to class yet.
No way.
Yeah, first day I lived on my own. First day of college. I mean, I get up at 9:00 in the morning and I go turn on the TV, fixing to go to class, and oh man, stayed home all day.
Yeah,
yep.
there was that day was the only thing was comparable was the bombing because because I was walking out of the door. I came over to feed my dad, make sure he was squared away. and all of a sudden the house shook, and I was like, and I never forget this. I was like, man, was that an earthquake? What was that? Because
Yeah.
I don't live too far. What am I? Probably 3 miles away from it. Probably two and a half,
Yeah.
3 miles from the Murray bombing place. Probably 3 miles, maybe 2.5, 3 miles away. And I'll never forget. I was like, man, what was that? And all of a sudden, you look up and there's just this flume of smoke, and you're like,
Mhm.
what the hell happened? And
Yeah.
that's when I went and turned the news on, and of course, did not go to work that day and just hung out. So
Yeah,
craziness.
my dad worked at St. Anthony's Hospital that day, and he had to run the elevator with all the people coming in.
Oh, I bet
He had
that
to
was insane, dude.
he just had to sit there and press buttons and help everybody in and out and get the next people in.
Yes, because St. Anthony's is what, 5 blocks,
3
4 blocks.
we've only talked about it one time. It's the worst day of his entire life.
Yeah,
So,
dude, you
we
can't.
don't.
Yeah, that's
We don't talk about it.
yeah. One of my good friends, his mom was in the building. And
Jeez, yeah.
yeah, so and I grew up knowing her, and that was a very bad deal.
I met
And,
a few of the kids that were in the daycare.
Yeah, and the only reason why he knew that it was hers because, and he's a highway patrolman. That's what's bad. And
Yeah.
they found his mom's car in the parking lot. And, they do the tag, and that's how he found out. So
Man.
bad deal. Okay, in college football, number one, Georgia took care of business over Ball State. Michigan, shocking, their second game without Jim Harbaugh, took care of business. JJ looked a lot better. Florida State, I tell you what, the Travis kid, I like him a lot. 66-13, there was no hangover whatsoever for them. They handled their business.
Yep.
SC, they're loaded, man. God, they got a bunch of weapons. And
Yes,
Caleb
they
Williams, is pretty good. I know that's a shock to y'all, but he's pretty good.
That defense gave up almost 30 points again, though, man. That defense sucks.
What? They beat them 56-10.
What? You talking about USC?
And Stanford?
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, I missed it. I was looking at the wrong game. I apologize.
My God. I was like, they scored what?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Okay. I know you're a hater, but it's all right. Penn
Yes,
State
that's
6.
right.
I don't know who's worse. You towards Caleb or Drew towards Deion Sanders?
No, hold on. No. I like Caleb Williams. I just don't like Lincoln Rice.
Whatever, same thing. Anyway, Penn State 63-7 over Delaware. Washington 43-10 over Tulsa. And then Tulsa has who coming in this weekend?
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how that's going to work out. Because Washington, they were at Washington, and Tulsa's coming in. I mean, OU's going to Tulsa to play their
Yeah,
Skelly.
but-
Is that what
Washington's
the
a
game
better
they had
team
to
than
switch
OU.
up?
Huh?
Is that what they had to switch up?
Yeah, they're playing at Skelly.
The home and home, because they were supposed to be playing Georgia this year and
No,
do a
that
home
was-
and home
that was
next
last
year, right?
That was last
And they
year.
did.
That was last year.
But
Yeah.
they still took them off because they're moving, right?
Yeah, they're done,
I
yeah.
know they were
Yeah.
supposed to play this year too.
Well, it's kind
No,
of
it
like
was supposed to be this last game we played. SMU was going to be that game.
yeah,
Oh,
and,
okay.
yeah, and
I was
and that,
curious.
yeah, and that whole thing is that Gundy not wanting to play OU again. I just don't. I mean, I'm like really.
That makes me so
I'm
mad.
like really. Okay, that's a whole different story. Tennessee.
Hey, well, when you're 2-17 against somebody, or 2-16 or whatever it is, I mean,
You don't want to. I know you want to make sure you get a W. That's how they think at the football part. Tennessee 30-13 over Austin Pay. The quarterback still is okay with me. I know y'all love him. I'm still kind of going in.
I don't love him. I just think he's probably going to be pretty good.
Yeah, well, y'all also got him top 10. Remember, he was in your top 10. He was in your top 10. Do we need to pull that up? We can pull it up.
Who put Quentin Ewers in the top 10? Was it Drew?
Hang on a
Think of
second.
me.
Well, hang on a second.
Yeah.
Top quarterbacks. Ben, you put Quentin Ewers as number 9.
Yep.
That was a good call, man. That was a good call.
You're
He looked
the
good.
only,
Tape
well,
looked
actually,
good.
oh no, Drew had him at number 4.
Ooh.
Drew had
He
Quentin
might-
Ewers at number
he-
4.
That's
He
nice.
might-
That's a good call.
Yeah, he might come out to be that good. We'll see.
Top 10. I think he's more
Man,
towards.
Shadir's probably number 2 on my list right now.
Yeah,
I was about ready to get my segment for you today of giving it up to you, Matt, when you said between 3 and 350 for Sanders.
Yep, for Sanders. That's what I said. 3 and
Yeah.
350.
Well, but he went up to 393, so
Yeah, Drew needs to chill. Because if he'd have went back in the game, he'd have for sure got 400.
I've never seen anybody gripe about so many calls. My
Dude,
goodness.
he was one. Dude, I'm at work, and my phone is beeping. I'm just like, dude,
Oh my
stop
God. Like,
texting.
dude.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay, everybody.
Like,
Well, let me give everybody the
He's
backstop.
invested. He's invested.
We have a text chain, okay, between me, Ben, Drew, and Nathan. And during the Colorado Nebraska game, everybody knows that Drew is he's Husker Drew, he's Colorado.
Go Big Red.
I mean, he's Nebraska. He had been talking all year long about how Nebraska was just going to kill
Just dog
Colorado.
walking.
And Colorado is the worst team, and they're not going to have more than 2 wins, and blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, Ben jumped in with him, and I said they're going to win at least 5 games, probably 6. Ben laughed and said, "You're crazy." I don't know if you were on that thing too, Nathan, were you?
no.
And Ben said, "Now Ben and Drew both, because Ben and Drew, they're brother, they're homies. So they whatever one, because Drew makes Ben a lot of money on the side. So Ben is all about whatever Drew says. That's my boy. He's good. And what did y'all do? They both told me I was crazy. And I said they were going to beat TCU, and all 3 of you guys said I was crazy.
I didn't think that was going to happen.
I didn't think that was going to happen. No.
I didn't see that happening.
Yep.
After that first week, though, I thought last week they were going to beat them. I took them on the point. I took them on multiple spreads.
Yep. So
But
anyway,
I still think TCU is a way better team than Nebraska.
Yeah, not doubting that. So anyway, Drew was sending us texts, everybody. I mean, how many texts did he send in a row? What was it, Ben?
I had
10?
19 unread messages. In an
Oh
hour
my
period.
God, dude! I was like, stop.
I think that was just the first quarter.
Yeah, it was like, stop texting, bro. We don't care. I mean, oh my God.
Man,
I'd read them and giggle.
Yeah, but Ben, I'm sitting there trying to work, and I'm trying to take money, and I'm like, bro, I'm trying to count money, and you're, I'm like,
did you
oh
like
my God.
my comment about the spread?
Yes.
Was that a backdoor cover? Oh wait, it was 2, not 22. Sorry.
Yeah.
He wasn't happy. But anyway, Notre Dame took care of business over North Carolina State. Utah, dude, no Cam Rising still, took care of Baylor barely. Barely took care of Baylor.
That was a better showing by Baylor than I thought. Either that or a worse showing.
Well, they were at home. They played really well there at home. And
I thought they said Rising would be back next week, but I don't remember.
Okay.
I saw him warming up in that game, but I knew he wasn't going to play. It said he was out, and so I think he'll be back this next week, but we'll see.
Yeah, because I tell you what, if you've never been down to to Baylor Stadium, it's very beautiful. It's right there off of 35
It is gorgeous.
West.
The house that RG3 built.
It's pretty nice, dude. It's pretty nice. Oregon took care of business over Texas Tech, 38-30. Which I don't get the deal with the coaches and Deion Sanders. I don't understand it. Washington State and Wisconsin. Washington State took care of number 19 Wisconsin, who is no longer number 19. They're not in the top 25. Ole Miss 37-20 over Tulane, and of course Nebraska getting beat by Colorado, and then Miami just spanking Miami of Florida, spanking A&M, and now they're out. I have a question for both of you guys. What is the hate when it comes to Deion Sanders with these coaches?
I don't know, man.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
I think it's that they don't think he earned it, maybe, because like a lot of these guys, all these coaches, you got to spend 5-10 years, maybe even some of them longer.
But man, he went to HBCU.
You got to get coffee. You got to fix printers. You got to. That's the thing that the assistant coach, like the people that are not in the notoriety yet. Like I think some of those guys that had to do all that stuff for 20 years and are still just assistant coaches are kind of probably either a little bit jealous or.
But man, Matt Rule, I mean, dude, for you to walk on to say what he said on the slide about Deion Sanders, first of all, in his press conference, that did not go unnoticed. I was like, when I saw that, and I try not to do race-related stuff on the show unless it's, unless it's really, really called for. I try to ignore it. I don't ignore it. I don't ignore it. But I try not to say things about it.
Jerry Jones, pretty much.
Yes, but you know what I'm saying? I try to be careful about it. And for Matt Rule to say what he said, I really wanted to say something last week, but I let it go. And then for them to turn around and try to have a meeting or have a team deal on the Buffalo at midfield and for sure Dewar, his son, to walk up there and step up in the line. I don't know if I would have did that. Would you guys have done that?
Yep, 100%.
Nathan, you wouldn't have. I don't know if I don't know. But Ben, you have the hockey mentality too.
That's what I'm saying. So you have your half. You have your half, right?
Yes.
So if you're trying to really, get underneath the other team's skin and see what, see the cut of their jib, you can cruise around, you do a little lap, and you take about, I don't know, 2 strides over the half, and you just come back, you do your lap, go do your drill, come back around, do it again. See if anybody stops you. And if not, you just keep going further, just a little bit further. Or say there's because each team will get 25 pucks for warm up, right? If there's a puck on the other team's side that's kind of close, you'll just skate by and snag it and just put it on your side. They'll see that. They know. And you'll be stretching, you'll do it right you'll just face them. Just look right at them just the entire time. You do little things like that. That's kind of
okay,
but you take your fights before the game.
Ben, you don't stand in the middle of the field on top of your logo.
That's what we
and
did.
have a meeting with the opposing team, with your team.
We'd have 3 or 4 guys all standing right there.
And that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Shador walked up there and said, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, it's a leader.
Hey, what's up? What you doing? What's up, man? Really? And so
you're in the wrong spot.
I don't know if I would have done that. Probably would have, because I am when I get into that crazy mode, competitive mode.
How I am, yeah.
I probably would have said something. But the Oregon coach, to run his mouth about Colorado.
See,
and
don't
then,
poke the bear.
Well, no. What's so funny is, they're leaving. Who cares if they leave? Blah blah blah. What have they done? Now what are they doing now to do anything for us? They haven't won anything.
Isn't that you're talking about Lanning, right?
Yes.
Lanning?
And then he turns around the next day.
Alabama?
No, I'm talking about the Oregon coach.
Yeah, no, but wasn't he defensive coordinator to Saban?
Yeah, and then the next day, he turns around and they leave and go to the Big Ten. I'm like, wait a minute, didn't you just talk trash? And then y'all turn around and leave the next day or 2 days later. So, but all I'm saying is these coaches and their hate for Deion now, Drew, he needs to be on there now because his head would be twisting around 35 times right now. But to me, it's look, the man did it differently than anybody else. But they were 1-11, getting beat by an average of 30. I'm not keeping guys on the team
next week. Game day's in Boulder next week. That's how much of an impact he's making. And against Colorado State. Who cares?
Well, that's because that's the only game they can fit on their schedule. That's what that was.
But you know what I'm saying, though.
And on top of that, Fox. On top of that, this is Fox's second week in a row being at their home for their big noon. So you're gonna have Fox's pregame and ESPN's pregame. They're both.
Ooh.
They're both going to be there.
I like ESPN's pregame.
But I understand, though. The question is Lee Corso going to be there? And the booze he's going to get from him running his mouth.
I hope not. They just need to quit wheeling him out there.
With his old ass. I'm sorry.
He's out there for 4 minutes at a time, and they have to give him a break. It's
I'm so done with him.
Get it. He's a staple. Maybe just have him come on and do his pick at the end of the show. Call it good.
I'm just done. I'm over him, man. I really am. I'm like, dude, you need to bounce on. After you, when I didn't do my players like that, and then I'm sorry, dude. That was in 1965.
Yeah, it's just like Pat Jones, man. I like Pat, but some of the stuff he says, I'm just like, dude, shut up. In 1982, you did it that way. This is not 1982.
No, you can't go by. You have to change it up. Okay, AP 25. You have Georgia, Michigan, Florida State 3. Texas moved up from 11 to 4. Anybody have an issue with that?
No, I don't.
Ben?
I ain't straight.
Ben?
I think they're going to be fantastic. I think they're a lot still under. I mean, I got them in front of Florida State on mine. I really don't think Michigan's that strong. I think they're going to fall off the wagon. They're all going to beat each other up in that division.
Michigan had to get everybody coming back. They're not going anywhere. They're really good. I'll be surprised if they don't win.
I think they're good, but they're going to lose to Penn State, Ohio State, something like that. They're all going to beat each other up. Notre Dame, something like that. All 4 of these teams all in the top 10 is scary.
Yep.
I mean, wouldn't it be great if you had a Texas OU Big 12 championship game last year? Wouldn't that be awesome?
No.
Hold on. What?
No, we're moving on. Hey, take your ass on, okay? Take your ass on to the SEC. Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Right.
Bye-bye.
And you're plus $40 million a year. Sure, we'll take it.
Hey, bye-bye. Number 5, USC. Number 6, Ohio State. 7, Penn State. Washington. Notre Dame, Alabama at 10th, dropping from what, 3rd to 10th. Tennessee 11, Utah 12, Oregon 13, LSU 14. K-State still sticking in there at 15, Oregon State
Man,
16.
I like that team.
Yeah, y'all, you've liked them all year. You really have. Ole Miss, Colorado jumped OU. OU was 20, Colorado was 22. Colorado now 18, OU 19, which is fair
The
because,
hype train going behind Prime.
well, but on top of that, I think that OU didn't dominate SMU where people thought they should have. I think that's why they did. I think Colorado dominated Nebraska.
Hey, anybody for a Colorado OU bowl game? How fun would that be?
Now that'd be a good game.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be a good game. I
Yeah.
definitely want to go watch that. North Carolina 20, Duke 21. The quarterback of Duke. None of y'all had him in there, did you?
No.
I
No.
don't think I did, but he was right around there.
Yeah. So anyway, we may have to. We'll in a few weeks, about mid-season, we'll do. About 5 weeks in, we'll say, okay, is there somebody we want to keep, get rid of? Who do we like? Who do we don't?
Yeah,
Do we
I
wanna
mean,
add
a lot
somebody in our
of
top
those
10?
guys out of Duke, obviously, they got to be geniuses to get in there. I know it's a little bit different for the sports, like they have a little bit of a different one, but you have to still make B's at least. You have to make, so a lot of those quarterbacks are just so
Very
damn smart with the
Yeah,
football.
agreed. Of course, Miami, Washington State, UCLA, and Iowa. Now, in NBA news, and then we're going to be done after this. I got to get my butt over to the gym. In NBA news, guys, want to get y'all thoughts on this. I saw this. I thought, wow, this is an interesting story. I don't know how I really feel about it. The Lakers signed 4 players, of course. Bowden, 6'9", Ball, 6'4", Bryce, 6'4", Scottie Pippen Jr., who was already with them. They re-signed him back, kind of like Lindy Waters type deal. Then, of course, the Knicks stealing former Sixer Charlie Brown Jr. Knicks are just slowly trying to get Embiid. I think that's their goal, is to get Joel. But anyway, the point I was trying to get to is LeBron James is ready to commit to next year's Olympic team. But he wants to add Steph, AD, KD, Draymond, and Jason Tatum to go with him. And that only leaves 6 spots.
Oh, does he pick
No,
he picks the roster?
No. He's saying he wants to add those guys and him because of what they just saw at the FIBA.
I think Steph will play.
So is he just now? Is he going to be the GM for the USA team?
That's what I'm saying.
No, listen. All I'm saying is, what do you think about him saying it? Don't get into all that other stuff. What do you think about that
that's
group?
part
Yes
of
or
it,
no?
though.
What do you
That's
think
part
of
of
what?
it.
Just
Yeah.
give me your opinion on what you think.
I think he can go on with his and take himself home. They can hire somebody else.
Nate,
He's a great
you-
player,
never mind. Ben,
man.
tell me what you think. He ain't answering my question. Move on.
I'll
Answer
answer.
my question.
I'll answer.
Okay, answer my question.
I mean, yeah, I can see it. They're horrible, but I don't like the way he went about it. But yes, he needs to be there.
No,
if they can get him
that's
there,
not what
he
I'm
needs to be
asking. What I'm asking is, do you like the team he wants to put together? That's my point. Do you like
Daniel
him
Gafford,
adding
AD.
Steph, AD, KD, Draymond, and Tatum as a team, and then add 6 players? That's what I'm asking.
Yes, I like that. Maybe not Draymond, but yes, I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think he needs to get another Olympic gold for us. I mean, to be honest, I mean, it's your country. You should be wanting to go do it regardless. Who's going with you? I think, especially if you have the time, space, energy, all that stuff. And if you really don't want to go and you just only want to go if you're going to win, probably just stay at home. But I do like his list of guys, and I mean, who wouldn't want that team right there? I mean, I really do think Steph's going to play regardless. I think some of the other guys might take a little bit of, convincing. I think KD is always pretty good about playing for the Olympic team. So I think it just kind of depends on if they
Well,
all freaking get along.
Jason Tatum played on the 2020
Yeah.
that won it with KD.
Yeah.
And
I know KD always does that. I think Steph's going to want to do it because he's not going to have too many more chances. I think that's also why LeBron's going to do it. They're getting up there in age. So I understand. I get it. I didn't like the way that he worded it, I suppose, but because it's not really his team. It's America's team. It should be, not LeBron's team. But I get where he's coming from, and I like that lineup. Obviously, that's incredible.
Well, then to add the 6 players, I mean, I understand what Nathan's trying to say, and I get what you're trying to say. But my question is that after what I saw, that team, and like I said, when I first saw that team, I did not like the FIBA World Cup team. I said that from the very beginning. I don't
We only
like this team.
recognized half the names on there.
Yeah, but no, I knew all the names when I say I don't like any of this teams. I don't like Austin Reeves. I don't like Jason Brunlin. Jalen Brunson. Didn't want him. I know Drew loves Cam. Didn't want him. Didn't want Walker Kessler. There's guys, and I didn't want. I can never think of a guy's name.
Man, when you get like Dame Willard on that team,
But you know what I'm saying? There's guys. I'm like, that team's not gonna beat nobody.
Yeah, we need some we used to have savages out there. We need some guys.
Bobby Portis. That's what I was thinking of.
If you haven't been on an all-star team, I don't think you should play on the USA team. I'm just saying.
If what?
I agree with that.
I think you should. I mean, if you hadn't made an all-star team, I mean, why are you even talking about it? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I could see Banchero, a couple guys like that, because those maybe.
Banchero didn't even play. He didn't play against Germany. He got 0 minutes.
I know, and that was like, and I mean, Jaren Jackson is a good guy to have on there. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I like his skill set.
The only guy they put it like this: there's 4 guys I would take off that team. I would take Halliburton, Ant-Man, Jaren Jackson, and Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, I like all those. Yep,
I take those 4. Now, my problem with this is I don't know if I would take AD or Draymond. You got to have a big guy because I don't know if Draymond's. I don't know. Draymond would fit because of his style of the way he plays. It's a European style basketball. So I get that. I just don't. I'm like Nathan. I don't like him, but that's the way he plays. He's a point guy. He can get the ball. He throws the ball. The thing about this team that he's talking about, they all pass really, really well, except Jason Tatum. He wants to shoot. He's on because I don't know if y'all remember in 2020 that Popovich had to pull him out.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all remember that. They had to sit him down like, hey, no, man, we're not doing that. Come sit down.
Here's my other question for you. Like, is the coach, I like Steve Kerr, but, is it just a feeling out game? Because, you had Krzyzewski and then you had Popovich, and those are 2 really, really good coaches. I'm not saying Kerr's not a good coach. I just, internationally.
You're saying
that's what I liked about Coach K. That's what I liked about Coach K being there is that he didn't have any of the ties to the NBA, like where obviously talking about Kerr, where he's got maybe 2 to 3 guys.
Well,
on the
but
team
Popovich was the guy.
Roster.
But Popovich did in 2020, Ben.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but he's different. Pop's different.
Popovich doesn't care who you are.
He don't care.
Yeah, Pop's
he don't care, and they all know that. Know that.
Oh, his press conferences. Gosh, there's a couple good groupings of them where they put 3 or 4 of his great answers in a row. They're so funny.
Yeah, I think maybe Kerr's just. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I don't know, but I think maybe it's just a transition year, and I just don't think maybe Kerr's maybe not the right guy for the job. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, my deal with Steve Kerr is I like him, but this team that he put together, bro, I did not like the team. I just didn't. I didn't like it. I'm like, I don't.
Williams wouldn't be a better fit
I'm sorry.
than Austin Reeves.
I'm like, okay, I liked J-Dub better, and I liked Cade Cunningham way better.
Oh, Cade Cunningham.
And I'm like, I'm sorry, you picked Austin Reeves. They both came out together over Cade Cunningham. Are you kidding me? Yeah. And Cade Cunningham lit him up when he was at OSU, and he lit him up when he plays in the league for the last 2 years, and then he lit him up when they played in the exhibition game. What the hell? But I know the love with Austin Reeves, and he's a favorite, and he's the new Jeremy Lin and all that nonsense. I get all that. But, dude, you got to have somebody who can defend and play and stop somebody. He ain't it.
No, he isn't.
He ain't it. He's a nice young man, and I get that. You ain't it. All that AK, all that. No, I don't want to hear all that. AR or whatever the hell he is. I don't want to hear all that. AR-15, I don't want to hear all that nonsense. Hell, you can't play. And that's what I'm saying, Nathan. I go by eye test. Either you can play or you can't. If you can't play, you can't pass. I don't care what you're scoring. I don't care what you're doing. It's like, to me, I like Darius Garland, and I like what's our other guy's name?
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. But I wouldn't want. But I don't want either one of them.
You know what those guys have in common?
They can't win.
Have really good numbers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I brought them up.
They can still play.
That's why I brought them up.
They just don't play in the system. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. That's why I brought them both up. I don't have a. It just bothers me. And then my thing with the Thunder is, and Thunder news, which I was excited about. Well, what I do now?
No, I'm just waiting. I hadn't seen anything at Thunder News, so you're about to surprise me.
No. I was just saying that the Thunder had players that were on 3 teams that finished in the top 10: Canada, Australia, and Latvia.
Yeah, absolutely. I am super excited.
I don't know if you knew that, Ben. Did you know that?
Yeah, no, I saw. Yeah, I saw. It's great.
And I
We
saw
have,
that.
we have a great European connect. I call it the European connection. We got a good one over here.
Yeah, and I saw that, and I'm like, okay, dude, that says a lot about, one, Sam Presti and his ability to pick players. 2, the maturation of SGA and Josh together. Because like we talked about, I don't know if you were on the call, Nathan. I mean, Ben, Nathan and I were talking about the players who were untradeable at the barbershop.
Yeah, I was off on that one.
Yeah, and to me, SGA and Ben, Nathan still thinks that Josh is tradable. Do you?
No, hold on now. I didn't say tradable. I said I would trade him before I would trade J-Dub.
No. That's what I'm saying. Tradable. I'm saying that Josh is not tradable. SGA is not tradable at all. I think J-Dub is beginning. I said J-Dub is beginning to get untradeable. To me, the only person, everybody else, Chet, anybody else is tradable, but those 3 aren't tradable. They're not even up for. Don't call me. I will hang up in your face if you call me about either one of those 3. I'm hanging up in your damn face. Everybody else, I have a conversation for, but Josh, SGA, and J-Dub, don't call me. And depending on what Chet does this year, whether I'll answer that phone call. But right now, you take him. Yeah, what you got? What's our boy's name that you liked, Nathan, that we would take him? Who did we come up with?
You talking about the trade?
Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley. Oh,
yes.
Man, I like that guy.
I don't know if you know who Evan Mobley is, Ben.
Nope.
He's
got a sweet name.
He's the big man for Cleveland, dude.
Oh, okay. I know you're talking about. Yeah. That makes sense.
Afro, block shots.
Yeah, I mean, I love a good afro.
Go ahead, Nathan.
If Presti could have got him, we would not have Josh Giddey right now because he was hard after Evan Mobley. I guarantee it.
Yeah. Well, Mobley went before Josh.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Presti was trying hard to get up to that number 3 spot to get Mobley.
Yeah. Mobley, boy. Ooh. Evan Mobley and SGA together. Ooh, my goodness.
Third overall,
I like that much better than I like Darius Garland and him.
Oh, yeah.
9 rebounds a game, a couple assists. I like it.
His is more the intangibles that you have to look at.
Yeah.
He's more like a Draymond, like a bigger version of Draymond.
He's a 7-foot athletic that can pass, shoot, and run the floor, block shots. He can do everything.
He just can't shoot. That's the only thing he can't do.
Occasionally, a little bit here and there, but yeah, he's not from 3.
No.
Yeah, it said 0.25 average on threes and then 0.557 on field goals, what it looks like.
Yeah, but my thing is, you know what I like about him is that when somebody's going to the basket, you better be able to score because he gonna go get it.
Mm-hmm. And he knows who he is.
Yep, he knows who he is. So
He's got some long arms.
Yeah, he does. He's a monster. He's a monster. But we talked about it at the barbershop trying to figure out who we would trade for and who we would trade for him. And Cleveland, I don't know. We don't really have anything for them except draft picks because guard-wise, you're set. They've got Garland and they've got Mitchell, so none of our guards matter to them. So they wouldn't want a Josh. They probably wouldn't. Maybe a J-Dub is probably what they'd want.
Put a Chet in for him.
No, I'm saying you'd give him Chet for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm saying after that, you'd have to give him what? Probably 3 first-round picks, a couple seconds.
You probably have to throw in Dort too.
Yeah,
but I would mind that.
Yeah, we know you. Every time he turns around, he's trying to get rid of Dort, Ben. He's trying to get rid of Dort every 5 minutes. Let's get rid of Dort. He's trying to get rid of him. Crack me up. All right, guys. Hey, good show today. And I will see you guys.
You almost wanted to kick me off about halfway through, man.
Hey, I still can kick you off, bro. I can still fix that anytime. You know that? In fact, guess what?
If you need help with your lineup this weekend, let me know.
Hey, guess what? Guess what? See you. I just got rid of both of them. That being said, everybody have a peaceful day. Enjoy yourself. Try to stay out of trouble. Peace out.